Hello, science lovers. Welcome to our channel where we make science fun and easy. Today we're going to take a trip through time and explore the different eras our planet has gone through. From the Precambrian to the Cenozoic Era, we'll delve into the incredible changes that have taken place on Earth over billions of years. So, strap in and get ready for an epic adventure. Imagine, billions of years ago our planet was in its infancy, and the Precambrian epoch lasted more than 4 billion years, which is longer than any other epoch. That's crazy, right? But wait, it's even crazier. There were no people, plants, or animals at that time. The first period of the Precambrian era is called the Chaldean period. It is named after the Greek god Hades, god of the underworld, because of the intense heat and volcanic activity that characterized this period. The surface of the Earth during the Hades period was molten and no atmosphere was possible. It was a barren world still forming. Now for the most interesting part. The second period of the Precambrian era is called the Archean period. This period lasted from about 4 billion years ago to 2.5 billion years ago. During the Archean period, the surface of the Earth cooled and hardened, and the first continents began to form. The atmosphere also began to form. Volcanic activity led to the release of gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor. Over time, the Earth's crust stabilized, and guess what else? The first life forms also appeared. But don't get too excited, they weren't complex creatures like us. They were single-celled organisms that could survive in harsh conditions. But that's not all. The last period of the Precambrian era is called the Proterozoic period. This period lasted from about 2.5 billion years ago to 541 million years ago. During the Proterozoic, Earth's atmosphere continued to evolve. Photosynthesizing organisms such as cyanobacteria produced oxygen and paved the way for the evolution of more complex life forms in later eras. The Proterozoic also produced some of Earth's oldest rocks, including the Acasta gneiss in Canada, estimated to be about 4 billion years old. Let's not forget the event called the Earth Snowball, when the Earth was covered in ice during a series of major glaciations. The Precambrian era is when our planet was still trying to figure out what it wanted to become when it grew up. What questions do you have about the Precambrian era? Let us know in the comments below and we'll do our best to answer them. The Paleozoic era, also known as the Fish era, lasted about 300 million years. This is when the first complex multicellular organisms appeared, including the first vertebrates, such as fish. Can you imagine swimming in the oceans with giant armored fish, or being chased by a man-sized sea scorpion? This was the time when the Earth really began to form into what we know today. The Paleozoic era is divided into 6 periods, each with its own unique characteristics. The first period is the Cambrian, better known as the Cambrian explosion, which gave rise to an amazing diversity of animals, including many bizarre and extinct forms known only from fossils. Plants and animals began to colonize the land, the first amphibians, reptiles, and insects appeared. This is related to the change in the atmosphere. The accumulation of oxygen created the conditions for the development of more complex life forms. The next period is the Ordovician, in which fish and other marine life began to flourish. At the same time, the first land plants appeared, paving the way for life to come out of the oceans and onto land. Then came the Silurian period, which was a time of great diversity of fish and other marine life. This period also saw the appearance of the first jawed fish, an important milestone in vertebrate evolution. The Devonian period is often referred to as the Fish era, because during this time, fish really took over the world's oceans. Some of these fish were huge, such as Dunkleistus, which could grow up to 33 feet in length. Can you imagine swimming in the ocean with one of these things? The Carboniferous period was a time of lush forests and swamps where massive ferns and other plants grew. These plants eventually formed coal, which we use as an energy source today. Finally, the Permian period marked the end of the Paleozoic era, and it was a time of mass extinction. During this period, about 95% of marine life and 70% of terrestrial animals disappeared, leaving the Earth a very different place. It took millions of years for life to recover from this catastrophic event. It's time to travel to the era of giant reptiles and flying monsters, the Mesozoic Era. This is the time when dinosaurs roamed the Earth, and they were spectacular creatures. The Mesozoic Era is divided into three periods: the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. The Triassic is where the first dinosaurs appeared, as well as the first mammals and pterosaurs. Imagine seeing the first dinosaur in the flesh in history. It would be an unforgettable sight. In the Jurassic period, dinosaurs evolved into even more diverse species, including the most famous ones like Tyrannosaurus rex and Stegosaurus. The first birds also appeared during this period, evolving from theropod dinosaurs. Nor should we forget the marine reptiles, such as ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, which swam in the ancient oceans. Finally, during the Cretaceous period, dinosaurs reached the peak of their diversity and size. Some of the largest dinosaurs, such as Argentinosaurus and Spinosaurus, lived during this period. And then, about 65 million years ago, there was a catastrophic event, presumably a collision with a giant asteroid, which led to the extinction of dinosaurs and many other species on Earth. But even after the end of the Mesozoic era, the dinosaur legacy lived on. Birds that descended from feathered dinosaurs survived and thrived, and today remain one of the most diverse groups of animals on Earth. That's it, the Mesozoic Era in a nutshell. It's incredible to think about how diverse the creatures that lived during this time were, and how much the world has changed since then. What is your favorite dinosaur or prehistoric animal? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for even more fascinating science content. Let's talk about the Cenozoic Era, also known as the Mammalian Era. This era began about 66 million years ago and continues to this day, so it is most familiar to us. The Cenozoic Era is divided into three periods: Paleogene, Neogene, and Quaternary. During the Paleogene period, the Earth was still recovering from the mass extinction that ended the Mesozoic Era. The climate was warmer and wetter than today, life was beginning to diversify, and this led to the development of tropical forests. Mammals continued to evolve and fill new ecological niches. Many modern mammal groups, such as primates, rodents, and ungulates, first appeared during this period. During the Neogene period, which began about 23 million years ago, mammals continued to diversify and evolve. There was a shift toward colder and drier climates, leading to the emergence of grasslands and the evolution of grazing mammals. Many iconic groups, such as elephants, rhinoceroses, and predators like cats and dogs, also appeared then. It was during this time that the first hominids, the ancestors of modern humans, appeared. Finally, the Quaternary period, which began about 2.6 million years ago and continues to this day. This period is characterized by a series of ice ages with glacial and interglacial periods. During the last ice age, which ended about 12,000 years ago, large mammals such as woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats roamed the Earth. Overall, the Cenozoic Era is an incredibly important period in the history of life on Earth. From the appearance of early primates to the emergence of human civilization, this era saw major changes in the world around us. This is when the foundation was laid for the world we know today. What do you think is the most interesting aspect of the Cenozoic Era? So there you have it, friends, a brief journey through the eras of our planet. It's just amazing to think about how much the world has changed over billions of years. We hope you enjoyed this journey through time and learned something new. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know which era you liked best and why. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.